Yo, I know it's been a minute. But happy 2024, man. And I know it's been a while. I actually been planning to make this video for so long. But you know how it is with work and social life and just life in general. Like, it gets in the way of so much. But now that I am here today, I can finally talk about why I feel like Shin Megami Tensei 4 deserves a remake. With Persona 3 Reload coming out, this actually opens more doors for older Persona games like Persona 2. I've been hearing rumors that that's going to get the next remake. I thought it was going to be 4, but most likely it might be 2 if the rumors are real. But let's just steer the Persona lens away towards more of a SMT lens for a sec. You got all these classical games like Shin Megami Tensei 1, 2, even though I know with Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, it was just mainly a remaster, it wasn't a remake. And then you have my favorite video game of all time, Shin Megami Tensei 4. And I know you're probably saying, like, why does this game deserve a remake when there's so many other more recognizable titles like Persona 2 or even SMT Nocturne? But I do feel like this game is deserving the most of a remake, simply put, because number one, it's on the fucking 3DS. This game could have easily been on a Wii U at the time because it was a Wii U and 3DS. It could have been a HD 3D game, and I really feel like in my heart it should have been. But that still does not take away of how fucking incredible this game is. This game is my favorite video game of all time for a reason. You know, with all these incredible games, you would think it would be like maybe a fighting game that's my favorite or whatnot, or any other JRPG that's more recognizable, but this game holds a special place in my heart. It really does. And I feel like a remake would do it justice to show to people how peak this game actually is. And that is what brings us to this video. But enough of my rambling. Let's actually get on with the video on why Shin Megami Tensei 4 deserves a remake. Shin Megami Tensei 4 story is actually really fucking good. Now, for obvious reasons, I really can't get into too much detail about the story, because what's the point of recommending this game for its story if I'm just going to spoil it? Like, the fuck? This game's story is one of the greatest I have ever got to experience in my history of playing Japanese role-playing games. The world building is incredible, with learning the history between the Eastern Kingdom of Mikado and Tokyo. I remember when I first played SMT 5, I wasn't too fond of its story. Not that it was bad per se, but the substance of the story and characters was severely lacking. And let's not forget about this scene right here too. The main cast of characters in Shin Megami Tensei 4 are all very enjoyable and well written. Granted, not everyone's perfect, there are a few flaws here and there with these characters, but overall, after beating Shin Megami Tensei 4, I left the story really caring about Walter, Jonathan, and Isabel. And unfortunately, I can't say the same thing for SMT 5's cast at all, outside of maybe Abdiel, but that's about it. Shin Megami Tensei 5 also suffers from pretty much, you could say, an identity crisis with what it's trying to be, because this game is not afraid to show on how much SMT Nocturne was a driving inspiration for SMT 5's own themes of story. Now yes, every SMT game is bound to have inspirations or callbacks to previous or prior SMT titles in the series, just like every other franchise of video games, but the problem with SMT 5's story is it was heavily inspired by Nocturne to the point that there's really not that much that SMT 5 can be remembered for. It's very clear and obvious that they were trying to use Nocturne's approach when it comes to character and story development, but it worked for Nocturne simply because they made every scene matter. Every major character in the story was made sure to have their key moments in order to see what they would gradually develop into. SMT 5 tried to do that with Ichiro, but if you ask me, I just can't take him fucking seriously. And Yuzuru is almost non-fucking existent. They literally had this character absent during the middle portion of the story with a lame ass excuse saying that he was needed elsewhere. So yeah, while I still do love SMT 5 when it comes to the gameplay and the immersion, it's incredible honestly, but the story leaves a lot to be desired and it sticks out like a sore thumb. And for that reason alone, I can't strongly recommend SMT 5 to newcomers of the SMT franchise. But on the flip side, Shin Megami Tensei 4 story does not have that issue and has so much substance to its plot. So much so that if you were to remove SMT 4 side quests, I can still say with confidence that the main story holds up without the need for it. But don't sleep on those side quests though, they're actually great bonuses that give more lore and more of an immersion into the overall world of SMT 4. Those who played SMT 5 as their first SMT game kinda got robbed of having peak vision of a story. So I find this as more of a reason to combine all of the gameplay elements that made SMT 5 so fun and engaging. And just incorporate those elements into SMT 4's already amazing story and you literally have the recipe for the makings of a fantastic game to be remembered. Okay, so for those like me who have played Shin Megami Tensei 4, I think we all need to agree that Naruku, the very first dungeon of this game, desperately needs to be toned down a bit in terms of difficulty and really just minor tweaks here and there to ease newcomers of the series. Like, don't get me wrong, I love to have a challenge and I especially know that SMT is known to be unforgiving as fuck at times. But I feel like the remake needs to introduce another difficulty setting for said newcomers or at least make Naruku just a bit more forgiving. I also would like for the remake to give us the option to select which partner we want to have, like you could in Apocalypse. Why? Because of shit like this. And healing as well. My MP is drained. After this, I'm gonna have to go up. I'm gonna have to go right back. Jonathan, you dumbass! No! You fucking dumbass! You made him smirk! Oh my god! I did plan for this, but no, I have Walter!
Hoy, are you scared?
Walter? Why did I get Walter as my teammate? Oh nah, GG's. Oh nah, I'm not fucking with this. I'm not fucking with this, bro. Use some buffo. Okay. No, Aki! No, please don't smoke! Okay. Oh my heart. Oh Jesus. Labor strike. We good. We living. One thing I'll give SMT 5 credit for is the introduction of its gameplay. It's far better paced and does a fantastic job of easing you into the game without feeling too restrictive. There's also plenty of waypoints where you can rest at throughout the map, and you can get the ability to teleport between waypoints relatively early too. Whereas in Naruku, you have to go through the first boss in the game to unlock the ability to fast travel, and granted, the game does allow you to save at any point, but if you're low on MP or HP or demons, then you're forced to haul ass all the way back up to Eastern Kingdom of Mikado on foot. So yeah, I truly feel that Naruku needs to be updated for a better experience. The first session of any video game matters a lot these days, especially in the case of a Japanese role-playing game. They're usually long-ass games, so impressions matter if you expect players to keep playing the game. I still personally love Naruku. That session alone definitely helped me become better at the game long term. I feel like Naruku definitely has the potential to be an even better experience for both veterans and newcomers. As much as I love SMT 4, I tend to find it very difficult to recommend the original game to newer fans of the franchise. Being that number one, it is a 3DS game, so the only way to play it is by owning a 3DS or using an emulator. And not to mention the graphics. For this game to be the fourth official main installment of the Shin Megami Tensei series, and with Nocturne already making that jump to 3D, it is kinda weird how they would revert the formula back to 2D for its gameplay animations and models being sprites. Yes, I get that the game came out right after Strange Journey, but still, this is a main installment regardless. Now granted, when exploring out of the map, it does become 3D, which is cool, but that's only for specific dungeons. And outside of Kichijoji Forest and Naruku, all of the Eastern Kingdom of Mikado is only in typical still frame backgrounds for menu selections, which is a fucking bummer. They actually hinted too in the official art books for this game, not just Mikado, but Tokyo as well was going to be bigger in landscape, and it was hinted that Mikado was going to be way more explorable as well. But due to 3DS limitations, it was impossible to achieve that, unfortunately. Which is again why I feel this game is strongly deserving of having a full HD remake, so they can have no limitations and go all out with it. More 3D environments, a bigger landscape to travel in, and demons actually having 3D character models again. SMT V's Unreal Engine would look fucking incredible for a game like Shin Megami Tensei 4, I'm telling you. Shin Megami Tensei 5 sold over 1 million copies in only under 6 months and became the highest selling game in the SMT franchise. The market for this series is extremely healthy right now, with more newer fans who got to play this game as their first SMT. So now would be the perfect opportunity to capitalize on that with remaking Shin Megami Tensei 4. And one thing I have to mention, actually now that I think about it, the soundtrack is fucking amazing. Not only is this my favorite video game of all time, but it actually has my favorite video game soundtrack of all time. I know it has so many all times for me, but that's how fucking peak this game is. It just, for me, it hit everything right, but it just needs to be a fucking remake. But if you think I'm bullshitting about the music, bro, listen to this shit. Alright, so if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Making videos is really hard to do at this point in my life because, like I stated before, social life, family life, work, it's just, you know, it's a lot. It's hard for me to make time for this. I'm actually a really terrible multitasker. I know I'm probably making excuses, but it is what it is, you know. But at least I was able to make this video because I've been wanting to make this video for so fucking long. and now it's uploaded, so I don't have to worry about that anymore, which is a blessing to me. I'm pretty much gonna try to like upload every other month, so at least one video for this channel per month, and try to upload like little side videos here and there on my side channel, because you know it's more easier to upload, and you know it's not really like big projects like such as this takes a while. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.